I'm Ashton from Blockwest Capital for Investment Pitch Media, and today on Blockchain Interviews we have Daniel Martin, the co-founder of Arity. Daniel, welcome to the show, and thanks for taking the time today.
Thank you so much for inviting us. We're very grateful to be here.
You're very welcome. I'm excited to dive into the world of NFTs, how they're expanding into more than just digital artwork and real-world items and tokenization of objects that make it easier to transfer and determine ownership and a lot of other properties that could not be done before without a proven authenticity or proven ownership, which could easily be forged, which I don't think is as easy to do using the blockchain. And I'm interested to hear on how this has been going with you and your team. I would love to kick off our conversation with just hearing from a high-level overview from those who haven't heard of Arity. What is Arity and how are you guys revolutionizing your space using blockchain technology?
Awesome. So Arity is a company that is using blockchain technology to innovate in the luxury market. We're merging 80 years of experience and heritage that we have on all the precious metals and mining experience that we have, especially with sustainable precious metals mining like emeralds, and we just started with gold. And we're connecting all this heritage and bringing the experience into Web3. So we're trying to innovate and disrupt an industry that is very traditional. And as you said, that is, for example, in gemstones, it's very important to have all the traceability of gemstones. Because even if, for example, you are buying an emerald and it is from Muso or from DYOR, the precedence of the gem adds value to the gemstone. So that's why blockchain technology is very grateful to these kind of industries, because it actually provides like all a chain of custody of where they're coming from. So the vision that we have is that we're setting the pace for luxury brands to seek digital transformation. But what we want to do is to start bringing all this disruption of technology into the industry of precious metals and sustainable mining.
Very exciting, Daniel. And I feel like there's many different parts of the mining and precious metals and jewelry industries that could all benefit from NFTs and blockchain. You could start at the very end and just take a diamond ring and create an NFT of it and give the owner that NFT for transfer ownership and stuff. But I feel like the whole process, whether it's supply chain or the mining themselves and the raw materials, could all be sort of added value from blockchain. So in what parts exactly are you focusing the NFT part on?
Well, we're currently focusing on building like a membership club where we want people to access to our network and for them to learn more about gemstones and to have the opportunity to enter into a very closed industry like precious minerals. So when you're currently buying an NFT membership from us, you are getting into our network and you're going to connect with different executives from very high-end brands that we are connected with, for example, with Cartier, Tiffany, Christie's, and all these brands. We're bringing some guests, very special guests for our people to connect with them. And that's why we're currently making like a membership club.
Very interesting. And is this for people, how does this work prior to NFTs and blockchain? Are there already memberships and clubs for people that are interested in precious metals and jewelry? And are you targeting those industries? Or is this more for people that are familiar with blockchain and they're like, hey, we can use this to capitalize on precious metals?
It's a connection of both worlds. That's what we want to merge the physical and the digital aspects of it. And what we want to do is to actually, for people that are on the blockchain and technology industry and crypto industry, to be able to start learning about other industries and to be able to diversify their portfolio into knowing more industries, for example, precious minerals that are very stable, and it's a way of actually storing their wealth and to know more of how to diversify the portfolio to bring more stability into. So that's what we're currently doing.
That's interesting. I was actually speaking with an economist earlier this year, and he told me that his investments in jewelry and like his wife's diamond earrings that he bought was actually the highest returning asset of the year, beating all of the crypto and the stock market, which is in a downturn this year. But it seems like precious metals, and whether it's gold or silver or diamonds, really hasn't had that negative sentiment that the stock market has had. Have you noticed that trend throughout 2022?
Yeah, obviously it has come down a little bit, but comparing it with other assets, the whole economy is currently on a downtrend, and it's actually a hedge against what is going on in the rest of the market. And the good part about the precious gemstones is that, for example, obviously, if you start investing into, for example, gold, but not the digital gold, but physical gold, you can transform it into jewelry, and that you can add additional value, and that's why you can get additional returns. Mm-hmm. So it's a way that has been going on like since the beginning of humankind, that they are store their wealth and invest into precious gems, because they're always making the value in the long term.
Mm-hmm. Well said. And I've seen many attempts at digitizing gold and sort of tokenizing it, putting it into a cryptocurrency, and it only makes sense. Sort of the analogy of Bitcoin mining to gold mining, and that Bitcoin is digital gold. So if we can take original gold and put it into the blockchain somehow, then we can sort of bring that up to speed. But throughout the attempts I've seen over the year, one hasn't. There's been successful projects, but it hasn't really taken off as well as some other cryptocurrency projects that, like, I've never seen a gold-based project on the front page in the top 50 coins. Why do you think now is the time, and that this is going to be different for precious metals integrating blockchain?
The main difference is that we're vertically integrated. That what this means is that we have control the supply chain. So, for example, other projects, what they normally do is that they only tokenize gold. And we know that gold is not the best place to get rich. It's the best place to store your wealth, but not to actually get rich. And that's why maybe it's not been very successful, because people in the crypto space are looking for ways to actually monetize this. Mm-hmm. But what we are going to do different is something that we haven't, at the beginning we're starting with the membership club, but we want to start, we're currently building a DeFi protocol and more things that are going to come soon. But what we're going to do is to actually tokenize gold mining. So for people to get into industry that is very difficult to get, for example, there is a lot of barriers, both culturally, the network and capital wise. And what we want to do is that for you actually be entering a very successful industry that when you're mining gold, like, it's completely different than actually investing into gold. So that's what we're going to do different. And for example, in these very hard times for the whole economy, it's a good place to actually start getting into these kind of industries.
I've heard that analogy of, like, when there's the gold rush, it's not to be hoarding the gold, it's to be getting the picks and shovels and sort of getting to the base of where it's coming from. Is that sort of the goal?
Correct. And also something that we're doing differently is that we are sustainable. That is also something that we want to do. That's why we started with a membership, because we want to focus on education, that there are a lot of misconceptions about this industry that we want to change. And that you actually can mine gold in a sustainable way. So we're not going to use any kind of harmful chemicals like cyanide or mercury, but we're using like another method that is centrifugal force to extract the gold from it. And when you do this and you have full control of the supply chain with blockchain, that you actually have a certification of authenticity, you can actually start selling it as a green gold. And this adds value into it, and you can actually sell gold for around a 20% additional price of the stock market, because you're selling it as an asset for jewelry, because currently there is a trend for people to care a lot about sustainability, and that's why when you do it in that way, that is very hard to actually have control of the supply chain. You add that value and you can sell it for a higher price than normal.
Definitely. And can you walk me through, say I was in the blockchain industry, I've been buying NFTs of digital art and some with other kind of functionalities and memberships. How do I go about getting one of these NFTs from Arity and getting started in the space if I've bought precious metals before, but I'm really out of touch in the industry, and I want to get started through Arity?
Perfect. That is something that we're currently working on. We first minted our first phase. We're doing it slowly on March. That's when we made the foundation of actually starting the gold mine. And we're minting the NFT collection by phases. So currently you can find us on OpenSea. You just look it up, Arity Club. And we're going to open up our mint maybe in 1 month, when people can actually get the NFTs directly from our website. But currently you can also get in on OpenSea. This membership is going to give you like access to all our network and these opportunities of investment in different mine operations that we have. And maybe in around 2 to 3 months, we're going to launch our DeFi project, and that is going to be way easier for people that are on the space to enter into the industry. But currently, you can find it on OpenSea, or wait for like around a month to get into our website. There is arity.club, and you can mint directly from the website.
Okay, great to know, Daniel. And I'm curious on the geography of mining and the companies that are handling the precious metals and gold and diamonds, does that make a difference? Because in blockchain, it shouldn't make any difference in what geography you're in. But of course, with mining itself, there's physical operations in different countries and different amounts of precious metals in those locations and different jurisdictions. So do you have to deal with jurisdiction issues going through precious metals and putting it into blockchain?
No, there is no any issue regarding this. Obviously, we have all the legal requirements to operate locally, but this gives us the permission to actually operate worldwide, because what we're currently doing is that with blockchain technology, we've been already working with this since 2018, but we started with emeralds, because one of our founders, he's the owner of several emerald mines. They were the first one in Latin America to have blockchain technology traceability since 2018. So that's something that we have been already working on with provenance proof and Everledger, that they are the ones that are paving the way since, I think, 2006. And they were the ones that started building all this blockchain technology based on Switzerland to provide traceability of all gemstones. And they are currently working with Googling, that is one of the largest laboratories of gemstones in the world, to provide that added value of authenticity into gemstones. So we're already working with this technology, and there are no issues regarding jurisdictions or anything.
That's great to know. And you mentioned, Cartier and these bigger partners. Is that sort of the key to success for Arity in ensuring that the current major players in the industry are sort of on board with this technology, or how do you get it widely adopted and sort of used by the mainstream to become more of a normal thing in the years to come in the precious metals industry?
It is actually more regarding the demand from the end client. So currently consumers are, more, like I said before, it's very important in gemstones to have traceability. For example, we had all the problem on the diamond industry for example, blood diamonds, and also with emeralds, there were some conflict issues that normally people think about conflict origin from these gemstones. That's why normally current clients, they always ask for precedence of where they're getting these gemstones from. So that is actually bringing the demand from the end consumer, and that's where blockchain came into place to bring solutions into this. So it's actually bringing a way of a solution of a very big problem that was in the industry, and that's why it's very helpful for mass adoption for current clients that they don't even use blockchain before. That is what we have currently doing with traditional clients. They haven't heard of blockchain before, but once we explain what it does, it gives them like the reassurance of they're actually acquiring something that has all the traceability of the supply chain and adds value to them. So it's most regarding the end consumer that they care a lot about origin and sustainability.
That's a great point, Daniel, and that makes me think about, I've heard of, going to a jewelry store and whether there's fake diamonds or there's blood diamonds and other unethical ways of getting the diamonds, getting the jewelry, whether it's ripping somebody off or telling them that it's not from the location that it's actually from. I'm guessing that's a major issue that blockchain specifically will help with.
Totally. That's amazing. The technology is actually helping a lot into the industry. And what we're currently trying also to do is through the DeFi protocol is to decentralize the production of a gold mine operation. So that is also something that technology comes into place that breaks all those barriers that were before for people to actually enter into this and to also raise capital, because it's very hard to raise capital to mining operations. That's why normally there is like a very big monopoly of big brands that do this. And this type of technology actually helps the decentralization of all these opportunities, both for investors and for people that are building. So that is also something that the technology is actually bringing the gap between this and bringing solutions to decentralize all these industries.
Amazing. And where do you hope Arity to be in a year this time from now? How do you see your platform growing from now until then?
We want to be the largest decentralized gold mining operation, and also the luxury industry that is paving the way of disruption of the industry. So we see that there is a huge opportunity there, because we're making a lot of research regarding how like the knowledge about gemstones and precious minerals, and we see there is a huge opportunity to actually educate people, and we want to be positioning as that source of knowledge for people to actually trust and to know more about gemstones and to bring them into this amazing industry that has been with humankind since the beginning of everything.
Amazing. Well, best of luck with that. And for the viewers that are looking to learn more about Gemstones and sort of follow along as you grow the education and this membership platform, what's the best way for them to get involved?
So the best place you can currently be is on our website, that is arity.club. And also you can follow us on our Twitter, that is arityclub. And the best place to connect with us will be on Discord, where we're always all the time there to answer any questions that you may have. We personally answer everything. So you can also contact us via Discord for us to help you out and everything that you need.
Sounds great, Daniel. I will leave the links in the description box below as well to make it easy for the viewers. All the best on revolutionizing precious metals. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how Arity Club grows out. So let's follow up in the near future.
Thank you so much for the invitation. I'm very grateful to be here. Have an amazing day, Ashton, and all the members that are actually seeing this.